What's good, y'all? It's your boy Big Case with the NWO music playing in the background. You know what I'm saying? I was Hollywood Hulk Hogan for Halloween. I know I posted the pictures to the Wrestling Talk Radio Instagram page. Go follow that page, by the way. I was Hollywood Hulk Hogan, so you know I had to bring the NWO's theme music on for the night. What's good, y'all? Welcome to a special edition of Wrestling Talk Radio. As I stated before, my name is Big Keys. I'm your host for everything and anything in wrestling. I've been very busy. I want to apologize, first of all. It's been hectic this past couple of weeks. I was on vacation, and I haven't had a chance to do a show as of late, but trust me, I've been keeping everything up to date in regards to the page, the Facebook page, and the Instagram page. Go like that Facebook page. Also like us on Instagram. Wrestling Talk Radio. Thank you for everyone who's showing me love on the page. I do appreciate it. I've been trying to keep everything up to date. It's like I said, it's been real hectic as of late, so I apologize in advance if I haven't done a show. So tonight is pretty much a catch-up show. So we're gonna discuss, a lot of the past. And I know y'all saw my promo that I dropped earlier this week. We got a lot of things we got to discuss. I got somebody joining me later. My homeboy Raphael's gonna be joining us. He's still trying to get some things set up or whatever. He's going to be joining us later. But first of all, let me give a couple of shout-outs. WFSB 91, Fuego Beats. Shout out to Fuego Beats, man. Keep doing your thing. I ain't going to talk about being on the show because we don't know what we're going to do with show. I don't know when I'm going to be on there. He's been crazy. His sons, congratulations to his sons, though. They won the football championship, the youth championship. Congratulations to them. Big ups. Wait a minute. Let me get the crowd. Let me get the crowd noise. Y'all give it up for the. Give it up. Thank you. So big up to his son's football team, man. They've been doing their thing. Also, Stats Don't Lie. Oh, quickly, Tim. Congratulations, Tim got engaged. Oh, that's another one. Tim got engaged over the weekend. Him and his beautiful fiancee Elizabeth. Congratulations to both of them. They've been together for quite a while, and then he popped the question at he popped the question at Disney World. Damn, I got my work cut out for me when I propose when I when I popped the question to my lady, man. Damn, I got a lot of damn. I got some work I gotta do, man. I know I gotta brush up on my getting my engagement stuff right. So shout out to Tim though. Also, his Stats Don't Lie podcast. Make sure y'all check that out as well. And like I said, make sure y'all like us on Facebook, like us on Instagram, Wrestling Talk Radio. Also subscribe to that YouTube channel, so that way you can get notifications when we go live or when I post content to the page. Like I said, tonight is a catch-up show. We're gonna be talking about a lot of things. I'm gonna introduce my my homeboys joining me today. Trevor, what's good with you, man?
Yo, what up? You know what I'm saying? What's happening, everybody? Just a quick breakdown. I am doing this via the whip. I'm picking my son up from basketball practice / tryouts right now. So, I'm here, though. You know how we do. No matter what, we're going to make sure we make the show. We make the show live, baby. So I hope everybody enjoy what they're about to listen to. And thank y'all, as always, for tuning in. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to the good father, Trevor, man. Supporting the basketball. And I'm actually, I'll be coming back to coach this season, man. Make sure y'all catch me, Courthouse League, Buckeye Boys. We are coming back, coming to a basketball arena near you in the wintertime. So, anyways, yo, we playing, like I said, we playing catch up. We got a lot to talk about. First off, though, it was breaking news, like I swear, like an hour ago. Probably an hour and a half ago. I was sitting here watching TV, chilling. My phone goes bananas. WWE has released, I think, over like 15, 20 people. Let me get the list out real quick. I'm so unprepared, I apologize. Let me get the list out real quick because I know I was looking over the list of the big names that got released. So let me go over a few names. The big names that got released. Keith Lee, Bearcat Lee, whatever you want to call him. That's his name. Keith Lee got released. Karrion Kross, Scarlett. We haven't seen Karrion Kross on Monday Night Raw in quite a long time.
Right.
It's been a while since since he's been on air. So I'm gonna go down to Harry Smith. As y'all know who Harry Smith is, Davey Boy Smith, the British Bulldog's son, was released. Nia Jax was released. We also got carry on cross Lindsay Dorado, Grand Metalik. I think either one of them said something they weren't getting enough time on air. They were requesting their release. Guess what? It's been granted. Katrina Cortez, excuse me. I don't know a couple of these names. Jeet Rama, not for sure who that is. Trey Baxter, Zeta Ramir, Jesse Camilla. Hit Row's B Fab was released. Hit Row just got called up to the main roster of SmackDown, and B Fab was released. As y'all know, B Fab is the female in Hit Row. She was released. Oni Lorcan was released. Amber Moon, that should have been the name I put at the top. Amber Moon, she has been in NXT in quite a while, so that's another name that was released. Frankie Monet, as y'all know, probably her, if y'all remember her from Impact as Taya Valkyrie, aka John Morrison's wife, she was released. She just came to NXT, didn't she?
Yeah, man. Hey, I don't know what's going on, dude. I'm waiting for you to drop the big bomb name. You talking all these little names. Let's get to the one that is the shocker.
We talk which name you talking about? The Carry On Cross?
Nah, Gargano.
Okay, hold on. I was getting ready to get to that. There's conflicting reports about Johnny Gargano. Okay, from one source they say he was released. Another source is saying that he hasn't been released. I'm on my phone now, and I swear I'm still looking. But as of right now, I don't know. It's still up in the air. Matter of fact, I posted it to the Wrestling Talk Facebook page. They took it down. So it's a conflicting report. It hasn't been. So right now, I'm just saying we don't know for sure if he's been released. As of right now, I do know his contract is going to come up by the end of the year. So keep that in mind. Also, he hasn't been released, but another news story that dropped, Kyle O'Reilly's contract is up in December with NXT.
We know what that means.
Red Dragon. Everybody
know what that means.
That's the first thing everybody's mentioned is Red Dragon. I know. Rumors is he might end up in AEW. We don't know. But like I said, the Gargano thing, I'm going to keep y'all updated. If I hear something, I will definitely post it. No one will but as of right now, I haven't heard anything. But like I said, it's all rumors as of right now. So we don't know what's going to happen. I know he's having, like I say, he's having contract. I know he's been having contract issues or whatever the case may be. But we will see. So those are the names that have been released. So other than Gargano, any name surprise you?
Yeah, man, Keith Lee, because I felt like they were doing him wrong anyway when he left NXT and got quote unquote called up. The Nia Jax is wild. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just there's got to be a reason all this is happening, bro. There's got to be a reason, and like these aren't small names. Everybody that they released were stellar in NXT, and then when they got called up, outside of Nia Jax, who was a force the entire time she'd been there. I mean, granted, she might have injured a couple people inadvertently, you know what I'm saying? But she was still a star, you know what I'm saying? Nia Jax, the Keith Lee joint, those are the two that really stand out, man. But I don't know. I'm biased. I'm starting to drink the Kool-Aid as it comes to AEW, man. And I'm seeing these monster names getting released, and the first thing I'm thinking is AEW about to be crazy. I know they're already seeing all these releases, and their phone calls have already been made. I'm 100% certain of that, because there's no reason for it not to, man. You got to pick up what the stars are. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why they are who they are. And if you're just going to release them, there's no way that they're going to just be like nothing. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm sure we'll talk about it, but I'm going to go ahead and just allude to it now. A quote unquote big promotion in wrestling they shut down too, and it's a lot of star power over there as well.
We're gonna get it. We're gonna get into that eventually.
You know what I'm saying? Like the rest of the world is shook up right now, bro, and I'm waiting to see what's gonna happen.
We're gonna get into that. We're definitely gonna get into that. We gotta address that. We're gonna address that down later in the show. The Karrion Kross was really surprising. I did notice I hadn't seen him on Raw in a few weeks. He was drafted to Raw, but he never made an appearance on Raw, which kind of threw me for a loop. I was like, I was already upset because they nixed his entrance. His entrance he had was NXT was badass. They got rid of it. They didn't bring Scarlett. They didn't bring Scarlett up with him when he came to the main roster. So, and then his ring gear, it just didn't feel right, and it just didn't feel right. And you hadn't seen him, so we don't know what was going on behind the scenes or whatever. So for him to get released, and it's like all this build up. When he came to NXT, he was an absolute monster. Monster. Beat Keith Lee, became NXT champion. Unfortunately, had an injury, had to vacate the title. He came back, beat Finn Balor, was back on top of the world, dropped the title to Joe, came to the main roster. Once he came to the main roster, he was fucked. And it's sad because he had the potential to really do something in WWE. Now he's gone. So I'm really shocked by that one. Keith Lee, now, I had mentioned Keith Lee about being released months ago. I kind of saw this coming, and I'm gonna tell you why. He had COVID. A lot of people was wondering what he disappeared for because he was actually, and a lot of people didn't know, he was actually supposed to win the United States Championship.
Mm-hmm.
But if you notice, when they had that triple threat match, it was John Morrison, Matt Riddle, and Bobby Lashley. Riddle won the United States Championship. It was actually supposed to be Keith Lee to win the United States Championship, but he got COVID. So,
but I don't think that would be a reason to release him, man. What I think it is, I think ultimately, because we know Triple H has been out in recovery too, and I think Vince kind of took a little bit more creative control, and I think that was the way in for Vince to kind of really make some changes without having too much static from Triple H. You know what I'm saying? And I think these moves, they just feel like Vince's hand is in it, and I don't understand the reasoning behind it. I mean, yes, they called up a whole gang of new talent and all this other stuff, trying to break new talent, especially with the NXT 2.0. You know what I mean? But they still were able to pull off a lot of great matches and shows and all this other stuff, and they just got rid of some people that were guaranteed showstoppers. You know what I'm saying? A lot of 5-star matches could have happened, a lot of different storylines and all that other stuff, and they just kind of let everybody go. They let Nia Jax go, bruh. Every storyline that Nia Jax has been in, be it a solo or tag team, she's produced.
But man, she just after she got with the Shayna Baszler thing, it just kind of, oh man, I mean, yeah, I do agree. I think they let the Shayna Baszler team kind of run a little further than it should have. You know what I'm saying? But either way, they were still putting on matches and they were still showing that they were dominant. But Nia Jax, she has so much potential, and she's good. She's not the best by far, but she can definitely put on a match and flesh out a storyline. And I'm baffled by that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't understand the thought process behind that. And more so, a lot of the mid-card talent that are watching these big names drop, they got to be shaking in their boots, man, because that means the target's on them. You know what I'm saying? And to your point with the Keith Lee, him and Karrion Kross not really having much TV time, knowing the kind of star power that they had because they were heavily recruited to WWE. And they even changed Keith Lee's name. He went to Bearcat Lee.
Yeah, like they put a lot of stuff into these superstars and then just drop them, and it's the wildest shit ever. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand it. I seen the list when it dropped, and I was like, yo, what is going on? Something's got to be going on.
I saw some of those names on that list, and it honestly shocked me, fam. I couldn't believe some of the names I saw on that list. I was just sitting there like, Wow. Now, some of those names that I said, I don't know who the hell some of them people are. I could care less about other people. I mean,
but like only Larkin
when I say
puts
that,
on
I don't
great
mean to
matches.
say I was happy for them to lose their job. I'm not saying
no, absolutely.
Don't take out what I said out of content. I'm not saying I didn't care about them because we all want to be employed, we all want to make money and everything. And I 100%. Wish them the best, for them being released. But you look at the big names, I was just kind of shocked that it happened just so fast. I mean, what's today? November 4th? Just happened, and it happened at a weird time. Like, we got Survivor Series to come up, and it's just like that came out of nowhere. Like, my homeboy hit me up and was like, "Yo, did you see this?" And I was like, "The fuck?" I was like, "Carry on crossing," and I opened the thing up and I started seeing the names list one by one by one. I was like, "Fam, what the fuck?" And then, like I said, Keith Lee's got to be next. Not within about 10 minutes after I said that, Keith Lee was released.
Now, here's what's even funnier. Well, not even funny. Here's crazier. That might not be the end of the acts. It might be more names coming. We just don't know.
I'm checking my phone. I'm like, every 5 minutes, you don't ever know. I'm looking at my phone. I'm just seeing if there's any more notifications. I'm looking at my phone trying to see if anybody else been released that we didn't know about. The Amber Moon one was interesting too.
I'm salty about that, man. I'm a huge Ember Moon fan, yo. And from Amber when Moon, she was in NXT and she was battling back and forth trying to get the title, and they just wouldn't let her beat Shayna Baszler and all of this, man. Like, they just didn't use her right, in my opinion. And then they called her up, and then they didn't use her properly there. Ember Moon is a bona fide superstar in my eyes. From her in-ring performance to her mic skills, like all of that, she is
her finisher
star. Her finish is bananas.
I love that finisher, the Eclipse, that Stone Cold stuff from the top rope. Bam! Yeah. I love that finisher, man. I love. She can
go to. I would love to see her in AEW because I fully believe Cody's going to use her properly.
It's going to be interesting to see where all these names end up, because now it's going to be like Tony Khan's got to be sitting there saying, "Oh boy, now he got the checkbook open." He's sitting there thinking, "Okay, let's see," because with NXT they have a 30-day no compete clause, because in a month, you can see NXT superstar. You can see Amber Moon in AEW by Christmas.
Yep.
So, not saying that she's going to go to a week, but what's I saying? It's going to cause another discussion where everybody's going to end up. That's the next discussion, where everybody's going to end up. Are we going to do Impact? Are we going to do AEW? What are we going to do? Of course, we can't do the other organization where we're going to talk about later. But it's going to be interesting to see. This is definitely some news that caught us out the blue. I mean, and you wonder what Monday Night Raw is going to look like now. Because Monday Night Raw lost two heavy hitters.
I'll say this now. What if this is a strategy move on behalf of Vince? Because as we've discussed, AEW's been putting out some quality product as of late. So what if this is a strategy move on Vince's behalf, where he dumps a lot of prime talent, knowing that they have a high probability of going to AEW? Now you have too many big fish in a small pond. You got three different shows that you can do over at AEW, but the big names that you got over there, you're going to use them as your draw for your show. But then all the talent, that the homegrown talent from AEW, you know what I'm saying, is going to make them feel some kind of way. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wonder if this is a strategy move on Vince's behalf. Like, let's dump all these names that we know are big draws, that would be big draws for AEW, but for us, they're not really getting the amount of time that they need. So let's see if we can squeeze, either to make AEW have to really make some decisions on who they want to keep and or drop, or flood them with so much talent. Now you just got so many people over there, people ain't going to get their time anyway, you know what I'm saying, and then cause a rift in AEW. You know what I mean?
It's definitely going to be interesting to see how everything is going to work. I'm definitely, now with these releases, the whole gate has opened, man. This is going to be some crazy shit coming up, man. This is definitely going to be some crazy ass shit, man. This was not even supposed to start up the show. We weren't able to start the show with this. It's just, but it happened all of a sudden. But it's gonna be crazy to see what happens. And don't forget, you still got Bray Wyatt, who is now who can go where he wants. Now his 90-day no complete cause is done. He's free to go wherever he wants. 2022 is gonna be a crazy ass year of wrestling. It's gonna be a crazy ass year of wrestling. We don't know what's gonna happen. It's gonna be some crazy shit that's about to happen, man. We definitely gonna. It's definitely gonna be some crazy crazy things happening. Before we get off the releases and everything, any more names? What's that? P-Fab from she didn't really wrestle that much in NXT, and then she went up to Hit Row. So I mean, she was more of a talker than anything. So if anything, this is gonna make Hit Row seem like a better group. I mean, not saying that she changed anything, the dynamic of the group, but it's definitely now Hit Row is just a male group now. They're not gonna have anybody female in the group now. It's just gonna be them.
Yeah, but even though she wasn't a wrestler, she was good on the mic for him.
She was good on the
you know what I'm saying? And I think that's gonna be an element that's missed. Not saying that them cats can't handle their own, but it's just that added element. Yeah, that's that added element where we don't have to worry about it. Like we'll do our little quips here and there as needed, but we have somebody that we know that's you for us. That is your role, and she played that shit well.
She played that shit well. She definitely did. Frankie Monet, she didn't even get off the ground in NXT. She had I think she had less than 5 or 6 matches. Then she faced Raquel Gonzalez for the NXT Women's title. And that was pretty much it. She was pretty much done after that. I mean, she really didn't have any impact in NXT.
They dropped all these names, but they still got Eve.
Was it Eve? No, what you talking about?
Eve was shorty with the red hair that never wrestles. Eve
she got released. Oh, she got released.
Oh, good.
Yeah, she got released. That was not one of the names on the thing. Hold on. Yeah, she was one of the names that was released. Yeah, she was one of the days. I was just making sure. Yeah, she Eva Marie.
All right. Well, I'm not happy, but I mean, long time coming. Calling a spade, right? Like
Eva Marie.
She left, came back, didn't do nothing. But
here's my thing: they hyped her up like she had been. They hyped her up as if like she had improved her wrestling skills and she was going to come back hard and this and that. It was almost the same act as it was before.
Yeah,
nothing changed. Nothing changed. So
I'm waiting to see what's going to happen, man. I can't recall even going back to the Attitude Era or the Monday Night Wars. I mean, we saw basically the shift from with WWE or F back in that day or whatever, and WCW when Hogan and everybody else left WWF when Bret Hart and all of that, you know what I'm saying? So we've seen this kind of shift before. Back then, it might have been a little bit more magnitude just because there was only WCW and WWF/WWE, you know what I'm saying? And now we have New Japan, Impact. We have a lot more choices to go through, you know what I'm saying? But this is still groundbreaking, and I'm just waiting to see where everybody's going to
note. I want to share real quick. I'm saw this on the Wrestling Inc. Facebook page. WWE Talent Relations Head John Laurinaitis issued a company-wide email this evening and notated that 18 releases were made due to budget cuts.
Budget cuts?
So we're going to stick with budget cuts. Look, budget cuts. That's what they want to say to save money. It's budget cuts.
I guess.
So John Laurinaitis sent an email out in regards to this. So, but I'll keep you guys updated. If I hear anything else about any more releases, trust me, I will bring them your way. I will definitely I'll post them to the Instagram page and the Facebook page. If I hear anything else, any releases, the Gargano story, I'm still working on that. I gotta find out what's going on with Gargano. Like I said, it was stated he was released. It hasn't been official, but I'm gonna keep y'all up. I'll keep y'all posted on what's going on with Gargano. Like I said, that was supposed to kick off. That wasn't even supposed to kick off the show. So we're done with that. We're gonna move on to the next topic at hand. Is what's going on speaking of NXT 2.0. They just had Halloween Havoc last Tuesday. Mandy Rose is your new NXT Women's Champion. She beat Raquel Gonzalez in a if I got to say the name right, Trick or Street fight. So Mandy Rose is your new champion, and then also her counterparts in Toxic Attraction won the women's tag team titles in a ladder match. So Toxic Attraction is holding all the women's gold in NXT. Also, what was another big story that happened? Oh, the Braun Breaker versus Tommaso Ciampa for the NXT Championship. That was a very good match. I like Braun Breaker. I like Braun Breaker. I definitely they're not going to let him say anything. They're not going to say anything about who his dad is or who his uncle was. But Joe, when you hear Braun Breaker talk, tell me you do not hear Scott Steiner.
1,000%.
Yo, tell me you do not hear Scott Steiner.
Yo, my man did the fucking head scissor takedown Frankensteiner damn near, and I was like, okay.
Yo, he sounds like Scott Steiner. I mean, the ring gear. I mean, he look. Oh my god, like this dude's like. You think it's Rick Steiner in the ring with Scott Steiner's voice? It's crazy, man. How much they resemble each other, man. That kid's got a bright future, though. I'm kind of glad he didn't win the NXT title because it's too early to put it on him. I think Ciampa is doing. I think they did the right thing by putting the title on Ciampa to help develop superstars. The NXT 2.0 is kind of growing on me a little bit. It is, I didn't like it at first, but it's slowly growing on me, and they're giving all these superstars. It's definitely standing out as a brand. I still miss the black and yellow. This whole more colors, the pop and the white ropes and all the smaller arena. It's gonna grow on me eventually. It's gonna take some more time, but
that small arena is that's the one that's gonna take me. I can get used to all the color flash and all that other stuff. That small arena, my man, it looks like the bleachers only go up 10 levels, maybe.
I think it
looks like a cafeteria.
I think it's only a few people, man, that's allowed in there. So that's definitely it's gonna take some time to get used to. Like I said, a lot of people were complaining about it. I always tell people don't not continue to try it because we could be sitting here 1 year from today and this shit, and everybody will be just sitting there like, yo, all I watch is NXT 2.0. You can sit like the same fans that sit there and say all I watch is NXT. All I watched is NXT when they did Black and Gold brand. I didn't give a damn about Raw or SmackDown. But then you go be next year, you be talking like I don't give a damn Raw or SmackDown. All I watch is NXT 2.0. So also MSK lost the tag team title to Imperium. That was actually a solid match. It was a lumberjack match, I believe. So definitely, I do like some of the new characters in there in NXT 2.0. They're definitely on the rise. Like I said, Carmelo Hayes, he won the NXT North American title. He had the contract. Carmelo Hayes is definitely a future. He's supposed to be, if Gargano's not released, he's supposed to be having a match with Gargano for the North American title, which I think will be an absolute banger match. I can't wait to see that. That is definitely going to be a great match. So NXT 2.0 is definitely on the rise. Let's talk about a little bit of WWE. I know it's been let's go back to the draft. I know we got to get caught up with the draft. So let's go back from the draft all the way to Crown Jewel, all the way to the Survivor Series getting ready to come up. The draft, there was a lot of moves made from Raw to SmackDown. Anything that stuck out to you that any kind of moves to Raw, SmackDown that caught you that you were saying good move, or are you saying like bad move? Who do you think won the draft? Who do you think has the better roster? Well, after the releases, who do you think will have the better roster now?
I think all the moves. I mean, nothing was really super. Oh my God, surprising to me. I still think SmackDown's reigning supreme. Mm-hmm. I think SmackDown has solidly become the top tier of the three. I don't know. The one thing that I didn't like was that exchange of titles between Charlotte and my girl Becky, 2 belts, Bex the man, whatever the fuck name she going by now. I thought that was a little cheesy.
You heard about they actually have beef backstage. They really don't like each other in real life.
I mean, that's cool. Fine. They could have did that differently. I think it was just and neither one of them, from what I'm hearing, really wanted to have that title exchange like that either, but I don't know, man. I think overall the draft was good. I think it was drafts. I'll be honest, I don't really put too much stock into the drafts, just because it's lost its luster. Like the first one was like, oh snap, and the second was like, oh my goodness, and now it's damn near become its own pay-per-view without being a pay-per-view.
I'm gonna go over a few of the main picks that we'll move to, and I apologize if I know this is old news, but like I said, we're playing catch up. Some of the big moves were Seth Rollins going to Raw. Kevin Owens went to Raw. Let's see. Shayna Baszler went over to SmackDown. Not too much, Carmella moved back to Raw. Gable Stevenson is on Raw. If y'all know who he is, he was in the Olympics. He's a wrestler. I guess once he gets his training done, he's going to be on Monday Night Raw. Ridge Holland, who was in NXT, he went to SmackDown. So it's a lot. It's a lot of changes that came up. Shotzi Blackheart, it was in NXT. Her and Tegan Nox were a tag team at one point when they got called up to the main roster, but they separated them, and now Shotzi is on SmackDown. If y'all saw SmackDown this Friday night, she had a good match with Charlotte Flair, and then I guess Sasha Banks was at ringside, interfered in the match, caused her to lose, and Shotzi went nuts on her. So Shotzi is a heel now, even if it does matter anything. But Shotzi Blackheart is now they call her Shotzi. It's not Blackheart, and of course they do it on one name.
I'm so sick of these unnecessary name changes, man.
Granted,
all they did was take the last name off, but come on, man, you spent all that time building her up in NXT. She had the same name. Now y'all just take.
It's bullshit. Bearcat. And I understand when I say I know they were paying homage to the Bearcat wrestler back in the day, but they could have done another way. Keith Lee. What's wrong with just Keith Lee? Nothing wrong with it. Keith Lee.
They're doing too much. They're not. They're trying. I feel like they're trying to just keep up with the moves that AEW is making and how they're getting a name for themselves. They're making too many adjustments at once, and it's, I don't know, it's looking a little shaky.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Like I said, in due time, we'll see how everything progresses with the draft. I do like some of the moves they made with like Finn Balor over the Raw. Raw's definitely got a good. I was a little bit worried about Raw, especially with everything going on with the Thunderdome and shit like that. Raw was terrible. No lie. Raw was terrible. And everybody, I get a lot of judgment because I was sitting there watching the whole episode, and I sit here because I watch all wrestling, no matter what, because I think it would be very bland if I just sat there and watched one show all the time and everything. And I'm not sitting here for like I said, I watch them all. So I'm not going to sit here and put down WWE. I'm not going to sit here and put down AEW or anything like that. I like watching different wrestling shows because it keeps, because remember back in the day, you only had one or two companies. You had WCW, you had WWE, unless you didn't watch anything else. So
TNA for a spark of a minute back when they had that 6-sided ring.
You couldn't find them on TV until they got that deal with Spike, and now they're on Access TV. I'm watching now. I got the game on and I got the thing on too, so I'm watching both. So, but we're definitely gonna see how everything works out. Let's jump into Crown Jewel. Actually, Crown Jewel hasn't been a good pay-per-view when they've gone over to Saudi Arabia, but this year was definitely a good show, and I think we do have another candidate for match of the year: Seth Rollins versus Edge. Fam, wow.
And not to take anything away from it, but it's to be expected from them. It's to be expected. Those are two of the top tier in-ring performers right now, and kudos to Edge because he came back after being gone for a while. You know what I'm saying? Kudos to him for doing his thing and coming back and showing he still got it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and for them to put on a match, that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? That's what's to be expected from them.
And that was an incredible match. If y'all don't want to go back and watch the whole Crown Jewel pay-per-view, I mean, if you want to, definitely do it. It was actually some very decent matches they had on Crown Jewel. Even the Brock Lesnar Roman Reigns match was pretty good. I was very entertained by that, because we get to see Brock Lesnar as a face, which was we never got to see that. So I mean, Brock Lesnar was a face early. You have to go back 2004, 2003 when he was a face a long time ago. Everybody knows Brock Lesnar's been a heel the whole time, but seeing him as a face was definitely different. They actually had a decent match. I thoroughly enjoyed the pay-per-view. It was definitely a good pay-per-view. I give kudos to WWE for going over there and putting on a hell of a show, and I'm glad everybody made it back safely. Unlike it was 2 years ago when the plane got stuck over there and shit like that, and that's how the whole shit started with NXT and shit like that. I really want an NXT and Survivor Series again. We didn't get it last year because of the pandemic, and it looks like we're not getting it this year because of the whole NXT 2.0. But man, they haven't given me NXT again and Survivor Series. I want to see that shit.
Yeah, man.
But Crown Jewel was definitely a good pay-per-view. I definitely thoroughly enjoyed the show. AEW, we're going to jump into AEW real quick. A lot been going on with AEW. We do have Full Gear is next Saturday. So that's definitely a good. They got a couple of good matches on there. When I talk about two matches in particular could be match of the year candidates, you got Kenny Omega defending the AEW World Title against Hangman Adam Page. Fam, when I tell you this is going to be the match of the... I think we might put that up there for match of the year. That match going to get 30 minutes.
At very least, it should be. And we've talked about this match, and I think the last episode we did when my DJ Domino was on. This has match of the year implications out the gate. This is going to be a good one.
This definitely does. I honestly think this match is going to steal. I'm talking about this might be one of the best AEW matches. Now, like I said, I don't know. There's been a lot of AEW matches they've had at pay-per-views, but I believe this one might steal the show. And I think this is time to pull the trigger and put the title on Hangman Page. It's a long time coming.
I don't know if that's going to happen.
Omega has been champion since December of last year. It's the right time to do it, fam.
It is, but I don't think it's going to happen.
You don't think it's going to happen?
My prediction is no, but of course I can see it happening, and it makes all the sense in the world. I don't know.
It's time to pull the trigger. I
think Omega's going to keep it.
It's time to pull the trigger, man. I really think I think it is. And then we have the AEW Eliminator tournament match. Now, before I get into that, Jon Moxley was in the tournament. He was actually supposed to face Orange Cassidy on last night's episode of Dynamite. Jon Moxley is actually stepping away from wrestling for a while. He's going to rehab. And just want to say props to him. I hope you get better, man.
Yeah, man.
Like you said, CM Punk came out there and said a few words last night. Like, I know we sit here and talk wrestling, but like off topic right quick, hey, if you need help, go get it.
Go get it. It's out there for you to get, man. And there's nothing stronger than knowing when you need help and actually going to get it, man. That takes all the strength and courage in the world, man. Props to Jon Moxley, man. Go do what you got to do, homie. I ain't even mad at him.
And shout out to his wife, Renee, for being by his side through all this, man. Hey, get the help you need. Get the help you need.
Yeah,
And hey, the wrestling business is there when you come back, fam. And I'm sure you're gonna get a standing ovation when you come back out.
Absolutely.
So do what you got to do. But Miro took his place last night in the tournament. He beat Orange Cassidy. So it's gonna be Miro versus Bryan Danielson at Full Gear for the winner gets the AEW title shot. This is gonna low key. This could be a good match. Low key, this definitely could be a good match.
Yeah.
I think Danielson's gonna win, but low key, this is definitely gonna be when I tell you there's gonna be a lot of chops. Like I bet you Daniel's chest is gonna be red as a motherfucker.
that ground beef chest, boy, it's coming.
Yo, that shit.
We've seen him do it.
That shit, yeah, that's definitely gonna be a good match. Also, the tag team title match. The Lucha Brothers are going to be defending AEW World Tag Team titles against FTR. Another good match. That could be a damn good match as well. So, kind of disappointed that Black, and I know I'm going to call Alistair Black, Malachi Black, sorry. Malachi Black is not on the card. I'm really kind of disappointed in that. And, you know, because I'm thinking y'all have 4 pay-per-views a year. I mean, I would utilize all my talent to the best of their ability, you know. But hopefully they got something for him coming up. I don't know what it is. So hopefully they got something coming up for him, and I hope it's something good. What you think? Hold on, I gotta ask you a question because I know you've seen everything that's been going on with Cody Rhodes and shit. You know the crowd's been booing him. The crowd has been wanting him to turn heel. I've been seeing this shit, and it's like now they're trying to get him back. They're trying to get the fans away from that, and they actually have Andrade the Idolo and then Black. Now they're teaming up against Pac and Cody Rhodes. Now it's kind of like they're trying to make you think, nah, we don't stop. Let's stop. He's not turning heel. We got to keep him face, and we got to put the bad guys against those cities he turn face. But hey, I kind of want to see this Cody Rhodes heel turn, man. What you think?
I think it's going to happen, regardless of whether the crowd want it now or later. I think that heel turn is going to happen because it almost kind of has to. And you know, AEW, for better or worse, they are kind of in the business of giving the people what they want. I don't know why they want to see that shit. I mean, Cody Rhodes is out here trying to stake a business, and I need the crowds, I need the people to understand that, you know, wrestler Cody Rhodes and businessman Cody Rhodes are 2 different things.
Exactly.
Yes, the heel turn would be
Great
marvelous. Point. It'll be, oh, we finally got it, you know what I'm saying? But he's trying to establish a business. Granted, the AEW's been chugging along, and they've stepped their game up a whole lot over the years, you know what I'm saying? But sometimes we can want a heel turn all day long. That don't mean it's a necessity right now. Let's get a firm grip for real, and then we'll make that adjustment. You know what I'm saying? But right now, y'all are just asking for way more than what you need to. At this point, does it make sense? Yes. Would it be dope to see? Yes. But he's in businessman mode still. I mean, I'm happy to see him still wrestling and giving it all, and you know, taking these bumps and everything like the wrestler he is. But end of the day, he's still got a business to run. You know what I'm saying? And they got to take that into account. And let's not be the selfish wrestling fans that we all, you know, have shown that we can be. Let him work for a little bit longer on this. And alluding back to what we were talking about earlier, he's got a lot of talent that him and Mr. Khan got to sit back and like, all right, we got to figure this out. If he's going to be trying to work himself as a heel and try and pull some talent and work on storylines and all that, that's a lot. It's so much easier to be a face and just kind of play your position as that and just kind of let that shit drive itself. To be a heel, I believe that takes a lot of strong dedication, a lot of hard work and everything. And they're trying to get him to do that shit now. Like, y'all, especially with all these releases from WWE, y'all got to hold off for a minute. He probably was going to, and now he's got to push it back a little bit more because it's like, hey, man, I got some stuff that I can work off with this. So, I mean, I get it, but they need to just be patient. Not just abandon it, but be patient. And then taking over the shows with all this booing and all that other stuff, like, it's new, it's fresh, it's AEW, we can kind of get away with all this stuff. True indeed. But, like, taper off just a smidge. It's coming. There's no denying it, though. But it's too much.
I feel you.
It's too much.
I feel you. Yeah, it's definitely, going back to that conversation we had about all the releases, it's definitely going to be interesting to see what happens with all the releases and see who goes where. I'm definitely anticipating what's going to happen. Another match that we got to address. MJF is taking on Darby Allin as well. Another match that could be a potential, I want to say match of the year candidate, but it's definitely going to be a damn good match. You got 2 young up and coming wrestlers. MJF is gold. We don't deserve MJF sometimes, man. MJF is a national treasure that we must keep protected because this man on the mic is pure gold. This MJF is an asshole, and when I say that, I'm not saying that to be mean. I'm saying that as a compliment.
Absolutely.
That's an asshole. You want to know what asshole is? MJF is an asshole. I'm talking about on camera and off camera. If you follow him on Twitter, MJF does not break character.
Word, I see. I'm not. I have Twitter, but I don't be on it like that. But to know that he's going full on like that, I respect the hell out of
him. MJF is he's a national treasure, man. I know he made some comments about Roman Reigns or whatever. I know on whose show was he on? It wasn't Pat McAfee. It was nobody else's podcast he was on, and he made some comments. And it's kind of like, MJF, and this dude is only like, what, 20, 23, 24 years old? Fam, he got, I'm telling you, AEW champion. I can definitely see him and Adam Page feuding over the AEW championship next. I really think that's the next direction they're going to go in. And I really do think MJF is going to be the next AEW champion. I can see it now. When will he become champion? If Hangman wins the title, I would say they got 2 pay-per-views coming up. I know definitely he might win. It all depends on what they want to do with Adam Page. It seems like with the AEW title, everybody's getting 11 to 12 month reigns. They're getting 1 year reigns. So that's what they're kind of looking at because Omega's had the title for like 11 months now. So I can see they may pull the title off. They may let Hangman run with the title, or they may keep MJF away from Hangman Page for like a year. We don't know yet, but I definitely do think MJF is going to be the next world champion, no matter what the outcome was.
So you're saying MJF is going to beat Darby Allin?
Oh, that was hard to call because MJF lost he lost to Jericho. So that's the problem. You can't have him lose back-to-back pay-per-views. At the same time, you can't have Darby Allin lose because he's up and coming. But I think the win is going to be more beneficial to MJF than it would be Darby Allin because Darby Allin had his run with the TNT Championship. Now they're going to push Darby Allin back a little bit. He's still going to be competitive and he still have his feuds with it. There's a lot of wrestlers he can feud with on the roster, so he's going to be fine. He'll be okay. MJF, you got to start building this man up. So he needs credible wins. And I think a good victory over Darby Allin is going to cement him. And I think he'll get about one more feud with somebody else. And then he's going to take that next step. I believe you let him feud with Darby Allin. They're going to have at least 1 or 2 matches. I would say that.
Yeah,
that feud,
that's what I was getting to. Yep.
That feud's not going to end at Full Gear. I can guarantee you that right now. It's not going to end at Full Gear.
I think let him flesh out a couple, maybe 3 at most, good solid matches. Let MJF be the overall victor of the trifecta, or however many matches they do. Because I'm fully supportive of giving him the push. But what I'm never a fan of is, this guy's good on the mic. Let's push him immediately. Like, we need to get back to that old school style of wrestling where they have a solid build up over a course of a year. You know what I'm saying? That's enough time to get a couple good feuds in, some good quality matches to showcase that they're good in the ring and with the mic, you know what I'm saying? Which we know MJF is. Darby Allin is good ring wise, you know what I'm saying? So let that run happen for a little bit and build it up. I think they're gonna let Darby Allin win to further that push like I'm talking about though. Let him win. You think you have some kind of sting? Yeah, some kind of sting interference or something weird's gonna happen. MJF's gonna be pissed, and that's gonna allow him to continue to run his mouth as good as he does. You know what I'm saying? You couldn't do that without the old man. Blah 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? And just let that be the building thing, and then end that properly. Don't just end that with just the pay-per-view of Full Gear, because everybody should know that's got a quality kind of storyline that they can rock with right there. You know what I mean?
That's true. That is true. I can definitely see them having about 3 matches, and then MJF end up winning that feud and moving on. And they can definitely, because I know they have Revolution pay-per-view in February, so I know they can extend this feud out to February, because you got Full Gear in November, and of course, keep them off of TV, on and off of TV. MJF can do his promos or whatever. Darby Allin can challenge to another match. They'll probably have another match in December, January. Then the person who lost will win it, and then February you enter that Revolution, and then they go their separate ways. So we'll see how all that's going to build up over the next couple of months. So Full Gear pay-per-view next Saturday, 8 p.m. live on pay-per-view. So I'll have all the matches that's going to be coming up next week in regards to that. So I'll definitely post all the matches and everything like that. Rampage this Friday night. Make sure y'all tune in on that, 10 o'clock on TNT. Anything breaks, I'll definitely I'll post it to the page. One more note: CM Punk, Eddie Kingston, it's gonna be set. It hasn't been announced, but it's gonna be coming probably at Full Gear. So keep that up in mind as well. So anyway, so that ends that. So we all caught up with all that. Now the other thing that we got to discuss was the big announcement that came last week. Ring of Honor is pretty much has closed up shop, and it is not coming back as much of a surprise, because Ring of Honor has really suffered. In the pandemic, they really took a hit when the pandemic hit. When WWE and AEW, when the pandemic started, of course y'all know AEW and WWE. They pretty much went to their own places and did their own shows. They continue to do shows. Ring of Honor shut completely down. No shows, no nothing. They shut down completely. And they shut down completely for a few months. They never rebounded back. They came back slowly but surely at the beginning of this year. But it just wasn't... It just didn't catch back on. And now... the story was all their wrestlers were released, and if y'all watch Ring of Honor, everything, I'm not a big fan of Ring of Honor. I've catch glimpses of it every now and then, but looking at their roster, very talented roster.
Oh yeah, they are talented. Yeah.
Very talented rosters. The team that everybody was looking at, the Briscoes.
Where do you think they'll have a better fit, AEW or WWE?
Okay, let's get this out the way. Let's get the elephant out the room. Everybody goes to the WWE. They're gonna be like, oh, they're not gonna utilize them. They're gonna be shoved down the card. But everybody, now come on, Trevor, you should know the answer to this question. What's the match everybody wants to see?
I want to see the Young Bucks and the Briscoes.
Other than that, what's the other tag team match you want to see? Come on now.
You're not going to tell me the Usos.
The Usos and the Briscoes. Everybody been wanting to see this.
Nah.
Everybody been wanting to see the Usos and the Briscoes. The Briscoes are not going to go to WWE. It's not going to happen. They will go to AEW before they will go to WWE. It's not going to happen.
If the Briscoes go to WWE, I'm going to be pissed. Because
I'll be pissed too. I personally
War Machine, aka the Viking Experience, aka the War. We already seen what happens with solid tag teams that go to WWE, man. It just doesn't work out.
I personally do not want to see them. I don't want to see them in WWE. I just don't. I'm sorry. Another big name, Jay Lethal. What's going to happen with him?
He would be. I would love to say he'd be good at WWE.
He'd get lost in the shuffle.
Look at Ricochet.
That's another name.
You know what I'm saying?
We haven't seen Ricochet since the SmackDown draft.
That's what I'm saying.
I think Ricochet gonna be the next one to be released. And when I tell you, don't be surprised by midnight if Ricochet's released.
Ricochet would be solid in AEW though.
Ricochet, I'm gonna put. A matter of fact, I'll let y'all know now. I'm predicting. I'm gonna be Nostradamus. I predict Ricochet will be released by the end of the day tomorrow. By at least, if not tonight, he's gonna be released. They're not utilizing him at all. They're not utilizing him at all. So
No.
I wouldn't be surprised. But it's gonna be interesting to see what happens with Ring of Honor because they released everyone. So I don't know where everyone's gonna go. Hey, we got a lot of speculation. We got Ring of Honor now. We got the WWE releases. When I tell you, shit's gonna be heating up over the next few weeks. It's gonna be it's gonna be crazy, man. Just y'all buckle y'all seatbelts, fam.
I'm patiently waiting to see what's gonna happen, bro.
Buckle y'all
Ricochet.
seatbelts.
I think Ricochet's departure, sadly, is a long time coming. He was not so much when he got called up. I'm ready to see him go. Not because he's bad, but because I think he's underutilized. The amount of talent that he has.
He's one of the most underutilized wrestlers in WWE, and it's sad. It really is. I mean, when he was in NXT, this man was putting on some of the most outstanding matches. I mean, Adam Cole versus Ricochet for the North American title. Man, I'm telling you, if y'all didn't see, and like I told you, I know we discussed this on the show last year when we talked about matches in NXT. The ladder match from NXT TakeOver New Orleans for the NXT North American title, fam. I can sit there and watch that match all day, man. I'm telling you, that was one of my favorite matches because
I'll go a step further. The matches between Ricochet and Velveteen Dream,
those were good.
Were phenomenal. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I mean. I'm not mad if he gets released because I believe he can go somewhere where he can be properly used, and I think that's what needs to happen. You know what I'm saying? And it's kind of frustrating to know that WWE had all of this magnificent talent, and I know I'm gonna catch flack for this, but whatever. They hedged their bets on the Roman Reigns. You know what I'm saying? The Seth Rollins is like, yes, they are top tier, but you got other people that can get in the ring and handle business with them, and they just refuse to do it, and I don't know why. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have all the talent in the world, and you got people that you have a strong supporting cast. You know what I'm saying? But you're not going to let them do their thing. Why?
It's almost like you got that kid on your high school football team. That's the next big thing that you got to say. You know he has an arm, but you still playing this trash ass quarterback as your quarterback. And you got this kid who got so much potential and he's not doing anything, man. You got utilize him, man. Put him out there and do something with him. I mean, you got this kid who can play probably wide receiver, running back, quarterback. He can do it all. And you're not utilizing him, man. He just sitting there just wasting space, and you're just sitting there.
You got Willie Beeman on the bench, and you're just not going to use him.
Exactly, man. It's hurting, man. That's the thing. That's the thing I hate. So quick, let's do some quick takeaways before we wrap up here because I got an announcement I got to make. The Roman Reigns thing. How long do you see this title reign lasting? Let's dip on that real quick. Do you see him holding on to the title of Mania? Do you see Brock Lesnar him going at it at Rumble? What do you predict what's going on with the Roman Reigns thing?
Brock Lesnar is going to get that title. It's just a matter of time. I think they're going to make that a WrestleMania match where it officially happens.
If they don't do the Rock.
What Rock?
The Rock. They were talking about the Rock versus Roman Reigns at WrestleMania.
You hear that awkward silence?
Oh,
that's
God.
me. That's me wholeheartedly feeling that doesn't need to happen.
I don't think it's gonna happen. I mean, like you said, it's rumors. I don't think it's gonna happen. But
I get it. Tribal Chief, Samoan. Let's get The Rock in there to really change. Come on.
I got you.
Are you looking forward to a match between The Rock and Roman Reigns? Honestly, not just because The Rock is coming back. I mean the match itself. Thank you.
It's just me as a fan. I want to see it. Just
that would have been dope to do at Crown Jewel.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That'd have been a dope Crown Jewel match, but WrestleMania, you done worked on all this stuff, Tribal Chief, with the mystery between Paul Heyman and Brock Lesnar coming back, and Paul done told me all this, that, and third. Like, you've done all of this.
Which, by the way, has actually been a great storyline. Paul Heyman is a great actor.
Absolutely.
I love the storyline, especially in Crown Jewel when he threw the title in the ring, and he was like, "You know what to do," and we were like, "So is he going? Is it the belt for Lesnar? Is it for Reigns?" Great. I love this storytelling. Great storyline, man. Definitely a great storyline.
And we're going to mix all of that great storytelling to bring The Rock back. It feels the same like when they had Brock was running through everybody on fucking Raw, whatever he was on, and they brought back Goldberg. It's the same exact thing. It's the same exact, in my eyes. I could be wrong, but I'm sure everybody is probably feeling the same. It'd be great to see The Rock come back and all that. It's the smell. I'm a fan of The Rock, 1,000%. He's from my era. But I don't want that's a throwaway. WrestleMania needs to be the match that everybody, the actual match between Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns. That needs to be the match. Since we're not going to see Lashley and fucking Lesnar, apparently.
No, we've pretty much said, all right, fuck that. That's pretty much done.
That's what I'm saying.
We're not going to see that anymore. So we'll throw that one away. All right, so Survivor Series, which, to my surprise, they haven't even addressed Survivor Series in the past. They haven't even discussed Survivor Series, man, which really kind of blew my mind when I was watching Raw. I was like, well, what the fuck is Survivor Series? Like, they're not going to talk about it. We know what's coming up. So, but it looks like they're aiming toward, as far as some of the main matches, looks like they're going to be aiming toward Big E versus Roman Reigns. But they're teasing Seth Rollins beating Big E for the WWE title, which I don't want to see. I'm hoping they keep it with Big E versus Roman Reigns. But you know how WWE does every single year. What do? They change the champion before Survivor Series. They do that shit every single year, man.
Yeah, man.
Do you think they're gonna do it? You think they're gonna pull the trigger?
No, I think they're gonna keep it with Big E. I think they are gonna be smart finally and not take the title from somebody who rightfully earned it that fast. I mean, they caught a lot of flack for Bianca Belair shit. They caught a lot of flack for Kofi Kingston shit. I think they are starting to see the writing on the wall. Like, maybe we need to not do this just for the sake of doing this. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we need to let him rock for a little bit longer. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with Big E beating Rollins. There's nothing wrong with that. There's absolutely nothing. Let's let that happen.
But then Reigns is gonna beat Big E in Survivor Series.
That's fine as champion versus champion. So what?
It won't hurt Big E. It won't hurt Big E.
It won't hurt either one.
Same thing with Drew McIntyre when he lost to Roman Reigns last year. Didn't hurt him any because he's still the champion, so no belts on the line.
That's it.
It looks like it's gonna end up being Charlotte versus Becky Lynch at Survivor Series, unless I thought Bianca Belair was gonna beat Becky Lynch on Monday Night Raw. I thought they were gonna do that just to get Bianca Belair versus Charlotte Flair, but Becky won. So
I don't want to talk about anything that has to do with my girl Belair constantly getting screwed by Becky Lynch. That was the worst move in recent history. If I can speak honestly about title changes. There was no rhyme or reason behind it other than Becky Lynch is now back. Let's give her a belt right now, because they didn't do that shit with why can't I call his name? Fuck, help me out.
Who's that?
The Demon.
Oh, when he lost the title.
When he had to vacate it or whatever, he lost it and he came back. They didn't give him a title right back. They constantly do that shit with Charlotte Flair. You know what I'm saying? Like, they didn't have to do it with Becky. Not in that manner, especially. But they did. I don't want to talk about anything like that because I feel it's
The crowd's gonna boo that match of Survivor Series.
As they should.
They're gonna boo the hell out that match because I personally don't want to see it. Something's gonna have to change, and we got 3 weeks before Survivor Series. I don't know what will change or when will change, but we'll see. It might be a change or something. We don't know. You got Damian Priest, the United States champion, and then Shinsuke Nakamura. I believe Nakamura is going to drop the title before Survivor Series because I don't think they want to. They may put somebody else against Damian Priest. I don't know. They could keep it. I don't know. But it's like I said, you got 3 weeks to change, and then the tag team title, tag team match would be Riddle and Orton versus the Usos, which I think they're going to keep. I like that. That's gonna be a mix of styles. I like that. So
I'll say this: we breezed over, but I'm a fan of Damian Priest. I like a fan since NXT. I think he's not just because he's from the world's greatest city ever, New York. You know what I'm saying? Definitely not because of that. But I think he's a solid in-ring performer. I think the stories that he tells while he's wrestling and on the mic and everything. I think he's a great talent, and I'm a huge fan.
Fans like him. I like him, man. I definitely like Damian Priest. And I was glad that they let him be the one to beat Sheamus for the United States Championship.
Absolutely.
He's older. He's an older guy, but the fans like him. He's been definitely put some good ass matches on. I'm a big fan of Damian Priest. Definitely.
Absolutely.
Definitely. I think, him being the United States champion, he definitely had a good run, man. So I'm looking forward to this. So we got Survivor Series coming up, and as y'all know, that's the last pay-per-view for the year for WWE. No TLC. They got rid of TLC because they're doing a day one pay-per-view on January 1st. I think it's from Atlanta. I think they're going to do it from Atlanta. So they're doing a day one pay-per-view on Saturday, January 1st. They released the actual pay-per-view schedule for the upcoming year. And the one thing that you notice on the pay-per-view schedule is that there are a lot of Saturday pay-per-views.
Good.
There are a lot of Saturday pay-per-views, which I'm okay with.
Yeah,
it's definitely different. I'm actually okay. I'm trying to pull up the article if I can. If y'all just hold on with me just a moment.
While you're doing that, I think a lot of these changes are happening, whether people want to believe it or not, man. And I know we keep talking about it, but AEW is applying legitimate pressure, and they are forcing the hand of Vince, and I am all for it. I'm all for having legitimate competition because that fuels creativity, it fuels hunger, it fuels everything, right? This is what allows the lack of stagnation, if that makes sense. You can't just be on autopilot and just, hey, we don't have anybody. They weren't hurting by Impact or Ring of Honor. Granted, they put on, Ring of Honor had great matches, they had great shows, their following was a cult following, what have you. Impact, okay, you know what I'm saying? New Japan, that's a whole completely massive thing over in Japan. WWE, and they're the WWE of the Far East, if I can call it a thing. You know what I'm saying? But AEW came and everybody thought, they're not going to last. And not only have they lasted, they've been putting some real pressure on WWE. And I think that's why we're seeing a lot of these goofy ass releases and weird name changes and all this, because now they got to try and find some kind of footing to kind of reinvent themselves. The NXT 2.0 came. I mean, they told us it was coming, but it came out of nowhere. And it's now we have to re-like NXT. The Black and Gold brand was dope. You know what I'm saying? That was, for a lot of people, the premier show of the three, right? But now with AEW and Cody and them boys over there, boys and girls, excuse me, ladies and gentlemen, what have you, they're putting on some shit, and I like it. It feels WCW, WWE all over again, right? Okay, I'm watching, I'm paying attention.
Careful with that, because WCW went out of business. Remember that. Remember that. Keep that in mind.
But
I'm not
saying
why did they? I'm not going to sit here.
I'm with you. But why did they go out of business? Because Vince had to buy him because they were losing the Monday Night Wars. For a while, it was a lot of back and forth. Who are we watching? Who are we watching? When they got the NWO, and then they had NWO Wolfpack, and it was just fresh. It was all kinds of new gangster shit jumping off over there. And as a loyal WWE fan, I found myself, let me see what's going Goldberg going on that long ass run, unheard of. You know what I'm saying? It drives the creativity. Is the main thing. Yes, I said, it's like the Monday Night Wars from back in the day, but that's just to draw a comparison. I'll put it like this. This is not wrestling related, but those that know will understand. Madden is terrible. Hear me out. But back in the day, you either had Madden or you had NFL 2K. Exactly. NFL 2K was putting pressure on Madden. What did Madden do? They bought the rights to the NFL. They took sole exclusive rights to the NFL. Why? Because they were being pressured to provide a better product, and they kind of could, but they kind of couldn't. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with this. WWE and WCW, we seen what happened with that. Vince bought WCW. Why? Pressure applied. Now you got AEW. Cody Rhodes, I think he'll go down with the shit before he fucking sells to Vince or Steph or whoever. You know what I'm saying? Whatever that might be. But it's applying so much pressure to the WWE that they have to do something now. Now it's not just people are going to tune in because they don't really have another option. Ring of Honor, like you said, they're not on a major network. Impact, TNA, whatever they were, you had to have cable, Spike, whatever. Everybody, and you had to try and find when it was coming on and all this other stuff. You had Monday Night Raw, you had Thunder, or SmackDown rather. You know what I'm saying? And then you had NXT. Wasn't really any competition. They can pretty much do what they want. I am liking what's happening. Whether or not AEW lasts 3 more years, 20 years, becomes a super mainstay, remains to be seen. But we know that Vince and them over there in WWE can't just say, oh, we're good because we're WWE. That ain't the case anymore. And I'm with it.
Yeah, we're definitely going to see a lot of changes. Competition is getting heavy. Like I said, 2022 is going to be a crazy-ass year. Quickly, regarding the pay-per-views, I'm gonna go over. I'm gonna highlight everything. So I'm gonna go over a lot of the dates. Saturday, January 1st is gonna be day one. That's gonna be in Atlanta. Then Saturday, January 29th, not Sunday. Saturday, January 29th, Royal Rumble. Royal Rumble is gonna be on a Saturday this year, and that's because of the NFC and AFC championship games on that Sunday. So they don't want to go. They don't want to battle the AFC NFC championship games. So they're doing Rumble on Saturday. Excellent move. I like that.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I like that. So that way you can focus on the Royal Rumble and then you can watch championship games on Sunday. So that actually is good. WrestleMania is going to be April 2nd and April 3rd at AT&T Stadium in Dallas. Sunday, May 8th is going to be, it just says pay-per-view at Dunkin' Donuts Center in Rhode Island. So I don't know what that is. That could be Extreme Rules. Who knows? Sunday, June 5th is going to be a pay-per-view in Chicago. Saturday, July 2nd is Money in the Bank. Another pay-per-view on a Saturday. Interesting. That's another one. Mm-hmm. Hold on. Here's the one that's a kicker. SummerSlam, July 30th. SummerSlam is going to be July 30th in Nashville, Tennessee. So, couple things. SummerSlam is in July next year, not August, where everybody's used to do it. Well, number 2 is on a Saturday like it was this year. I actually didn't mind it on a Saturday this year. It was actually cool. It was kind of cool to do TakeOver on a Sunday and then SummerSlam on a Saturday. I actually didn't mind that. That was actually kind of unique. So they're doing SummerSlam, but SummerSlam is going to be in July next year. Interesting. Then Saturday, September 3rd or Sunday, September 4th, there's going to be another pay-per-view. And then Survivor Series is going to be Saturday, November 26th next year in Boston. So it's gonna be next year. It's gonna be the calendar's gonna be. It's gonna throw everyone off next year. So I don't know how people are gonna plan or how y'all gonna do things. Don't forget, you still got the NXT takeovers and everything like that. So we don't even know what they're gonna do takeovers. We don't. I don't know how that's gonna work with the takeovers. So with the NXT 2.0, I was scared they weren't gonna do Halloween Havoc because of the 2.0, but they did do Halloween Havoc. So excuse me, but we'll see. The pay-per-view schedule is definitely going to be unique next year. I don't mind the Saturday pay-per-views. I kind of like those because that frees up your Sundays. Unless you got something to do on a Sunday. The only time I don't like the pay-per-views on a Sunday is during football season. I'm not a huge fan of trying to watch a pay-per-view and I got football to watch on a Sunday. Kind of.
Not only that, some of these pay-per-views run long, brother. 11:30. And people got to get up and go to work on a Monday. Like, even if it's not football season, like them, that in and of itself is like, damn. I know the main event's coming.
I do like the concept of the 2-night WrestleManias. I like that idea. Definitely was a big fan of that. I like that. It was dope. So, matter of fact, it didn't feel like you were sitting there all night. So, you got 2-day tickets so you can come back on Saturday, then you come back on Sunday. I actually like that. I like that idea. SummerSlam on a Saturday was definitely different. I did like that idea as well. Saturday pay-per-views are not really that bad if you think about it. They're not really that bad because another thing, for people that are going to work on Monday, you can stay up all Saturday night, so you ain't gonna see it complain. It's almost like the UFC fights and the boxing fights. Yep. You watch some of these main events. Some of the main events will start to like 11:30. UFC fucking fights don't start till 1:30 in the morning and shit like that. And then, but good news is that it's the next day Sunday. You gotta work.
Mm-hmm.
So I see what they're kind of doing with that concept. So we're definitely looking forward to that.
I think it's dope. I think it's a good solid move. It's a good easy change. You know what I'm saying? It's very digestible. Everybody can benefit from it. You ain't got to worry about staying up late.
AEW is gonna be looking at these pay-per-views. They're gonna be planning their pay-per-view schedule because AEW does a lot of their pay-per-views on Saturdays. Now they do.
That's the other thing I was gonna say.
Yeah, so they're gonna probably move some of their pay-per-views to Sunday. They're gonna look at the schedule for WWE and they're gonna be like, okay, we won't hold the pay-per-view on that because I know they do a pay-per-view in February, which WWE's not really. It sounds like pay-per-view. They're not gonna be doing a pay-per-view on February. So it's going to be interesting to see how everything works. So like I said, we won't know anything until they announce everything coming up. So we'll definitely get into that. So before we wrap it up, I have a big announcement in regards to only one person knows about it, which is my girlfriend. Shout out to my lady, Kiani, love you, babe. She wanted to know because she said she was going to be able to watch the show. So she was like, well, go ahead and tell me the announcement. I told you the announcement. She was like, oh, okay. So the announcement is, I know I've been putting this off for a very long time, but I know y'all told y'all to like the Wrestling Talk Radio Facebook page. I told y'all to like the Wrestling Talk Instagram page. Go like us on Twitter now.
Oh.
Go like us on Twitter. Yes. We are on Twitter now. Wrestling Talk Radio is on Twitter. Our ID is Wrestling Talk RD. It wouldn't let me do radio, so I just did Wrestling Talk RD. We are on Twitter. Let me see. We'll get the camera in there. There it is. So, Wrestling Talk, also follow us on Twitter. So, that was the big announcement. We are on Twitter now, so make sure y'all follow. So, I will say now, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and go follow us on Twitter now. So, we are on Twitter. I know it took me the longest to get us on Twitter, but we are finally up on Twitter. I started a Twitter account the other day, so I didn't want to tell anybody. That's why I told you the announcement today. I didn't want to bring that, but I've already started posting content on the Twitter page. Make sure you go like that Twitter so I get the followers up on the page. So and like I said, the website is coming in 2022. I'm still working on that. My goal was to have it up by January 1st. That is still my goal. Like I said, it's just been crazy, and I know these next few weeks are going to be crazy as hell with the holidays. Next time y'all hear from us, it'll be probably right before Christmas. So our next show is going to be our end of the year show. So we're going to do an award show, and me and Trevor were talking before the show started. We're going to have a lot of categories. We're gonna do Superstar of the Year male, Superstar of the Year female. We're gonna do overall Superstar of the Year. We're gonna have male Tag Team of the Year, female Tag Team of the Year. We're gonna do pay-per-view of the year, breakout star of the year. So we're gonna do categories. I think I'm gonna do a poll. I gotta figure out how to get it up on the page. I think I'm gonna do a poll. We'll do votes. I think I'll open the voting probably like December the 1st, and we'll carry it all the way to when we do our end of the year show. And we'll give out awards, and we'll just talk about some of our favorite moments from the year regarding wrestling. Y'all, we've come a long way. When I tell y'all we've come a long way, January 1st, we were in the Thunderdome.
Yep. And here we are, crowds back in the seats.
I want y'all to think about that. Let's just think about that for a minute. January 1st, we were in the Thunderdome. And we have live crowds back again. Look how far we've come in the past year. And I know we've been, look, the pandemic has just been a shitty thing. It's a lot of changes have been made. I know it affected a lot of us with working and everything like that. But shout out to the wrestling business as always for keeping the wrestling alive. It's just been a hard time, but we went from the pandemic last year to these guys wrestling in an empty PC arena, and then the PC. Did the Thunderstorm. We lived through the Thunderdome era, it was live noise. We got that back.
Yep. I
think what really hit me was when WrestleMania came and they had live fans.
Yeah, that's when it was like, oh, we are back. I ain't going front. The whole pandemic stuff with the Thunderdome and all that. That's where I kind of got tuned out from it. I was like, man, it's not the same. I would check in every now and then, you know what I'm saying? But it just didn't have that same luster, you know what I'm saying? But now things are falling back into place, and I'm with it.
I was definitely scared when the pandemic started, and I didn't know how things were going to work because I remember the first episode of Monday Night Raw I watched when the pandemic first started. They came out there. There was nobody in the seats, and they were just talking, and you just hear an echo. Mm-hmm. And I was just sitting here thinking, is this going to be Monday Night Raw for the next few months? Because, and I'll be honest, and I'm going to shock a lot of people when I say this, I was pretty much going to stop watching Monday Night Raw if it was going to be like that. I don't think I could have sat through just them doing an empty arena like that. It was just going to be awkward. Matter of fact, they showed the Royal Rumble pay-per-view that first Monday night, and I'm thinking, so are they just going to show old pay-per-views for like an hour or so, or are we going to have in-ring matches? I was nervous, bro. I was like, oh shit, this is not gonna be good. This is not gonna end well. I'm like, they gotta do something, man. Like, seriously, like, dude, this is scary. And I watched AEW when Cody Rhodes came out there and spoke. We didn't know what was going to happen, but thank God the wrestling businesses they kept us strong, and they stayed in business. So I shout out to WWE and everything. Matter of fact, studio audience, give it up. Just give it up. Right? We gotta give it up for WWE staying in business, man, and AEW and everything, giving us shows or whatever. So, but it's been a crazy year. Like I said, we went from Thunderdome to live audiences. And now it's like, hey, I don't want to go back, fam. I do not want to go back to that era no more. I'm not gonna sit here and preach about y'all getting vaccinated and all that other shit. I'm not here. This is not a political show. We're not doing that shit and everything. You don't want to get vaccinated and everything. That's totally up to you, Aaron Rodgers. Anyways, but let me start.
My Green Bay Packers.
Hey, off topic. Trust me. Y'all ain't got to text me no more. I know. Y'all got to stop texting me. Stop messaging me on Facebook. Yes. I don't want to hear nothing about him being vaccinated. That was that man's total decision. Hey, I will say it like this. Jordan Love is starting on Sunday. Have at it. I'm not going to sit here and talk about what y'all we grown ass man. Trevor, you a grown ass man. I'm not going to tell you what you can.
I ain't got nothing to say because I'm a Giants fan. What I'm going to say?
Oh, we gotta talk off the show.
Nah, ain't nothing to talk about on that one, bro.
Hey man, hey, real talk. Y'all gave Case. We play Kansas City on Sunday. Y'all gave up a fight. I really thought y'all gonna pull that shit out.
We should have. I don't want to talk about that either. We got never mind. This is Wrestling Talk Radio. I'm gonna leave it there.
All right, y'all. Don't talk trivia today. This was just a catch-up episode, man, in regards to what we've been missing and everything. Like I said, I've been busy with vacation and work and everything like that. I just want to do a little catch-up. Shout out to Raphael. I don't know what happened to him. I messaged him, see if he was going to come through for the show. I don't know what happened. Raphael, we've been trying to get Raphael on the show since the show started. Raphael, we're going to get you on the show, man. I swear we're going to get you on one episode. If I get you on the end of the year show, something, man. We're going to get you on the show, man. But, yo, shout out to Trevor, man, who stayed on with me for the hour, man. Thank you.
Always a pleasure, man. I'm always down for a good talk.
Thank you, man, as always. Dietrich couldn't make it. He had other things he had to take care of. Dietrich was going to definitely be on the show today, but he had a prior engagement. So I definitely know he'll be on for the end of the year show. DJ Domino. Shout out to DJ Domino. Oh, shout out to Holly Street 96. I forgot to give y'all a shout at the beginning of the show. My bad, man. My bad. Shout out to the whole Holly Street 96.
I was going to do it. Don't worry about it. I was going to catch that right back up, man. Shout out to my brethren, my Holly 6th Street crew, and all the Holly Streeters that are tuning in on Wrestling Talk with the boy Big Keys and myself. You know what I'm saying? We out here.
Domino.
You know what it is.
I need you on this show at December. The end of the year show, talk to me. Message me. I need your work schedule. We're going to work it out. I need you on the last show. You got to be on the last show. We'll work through your schedule. We'll work it in. We got to do the show. We got to do on the show on a Wednesday or Tuesday, whatever it's going to take. I need you on the show, fam. We're going to get you on the show. I want you on the show because DJ Domino dropped that knowledge. He brought the music with us, man. It was definitely something different. I got to have him back on the show, man. Shout out to the Holly Street 96. Make sure y'all check them out. Trevor, I know y'all been friends or whatever, and I know y'all talk or whatever, hip hop music or whatever and everything like that. So definitely y'all gotta check them out, man. I've been on the show like once or twice, kicked it with them, so and I always appreciate them for coming on my show and showing love as always.
Hey man, come check us out, yo, for all your we talk a little bit of everything, but we are based in hip hop and news, everything, man. We find us anywhere. Podcasts are on YouTube. We're everywhere, man. You could ask Google, Siri, whatever, play that Holly Street 96 podcast, and I guarantee you it'll pop up for you, man. Google us. We out here, man. Come get down with the get down. You know what I mean? Shout out to my boy Junior, DJ Domino, Dietrich with his bum ass, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to my brothers, man. Big Keys, thanks for having me on the show as always. I'm glad we can get on here and chop it up like always, man. That's always a pleasure. Get on the mic with you, bro.
Hey, man, thank you for coming on, man. I know this is kind of last minute and everything like that, but appreciate you for coming on, man, as always. Hey, I thank everybody for tuning in and everything. Like I said, this was just a catch-up show and everything. Just let y'all know what's been going on or whatever. Make sure y'all like us on Facebook. Make sure y'all like us on Instagram. And now, make sure y'all follow us on Twitter. Wrestling Talk Radio, Wrestling Talk RD. Find us on Twitter. Go follow us on there and everything, and give us a follow. I'm still gonna keep everything updated regarding the latest in wrestling news. Couple notes: the Johnny Gargano thing. I'm still working on that. So once I get something, I will definitely post it to the page and let y'all know what's going on with that. Also, what else is going on? Next show, like I said, it's our end of the year show, award show. So make sure y'all tune in for that. I'm definitely looking forward to that, man. And so, like I said, no talk trivia. This wasn't a regular episode. This was like a catch-up episode. So, but I thank everyone for tuning in. Once again, Trevor, thank you for coming on. And as we always see here at Wrestling Talk Radio, we're not just wrestling fans. We're wrestling fans. I'll see y'all next time. See y'all in December, man.
Peace.